He made a name for himself as an engineer and a manager in the hyper-competitive field of semiconductor manufacturing, and he helped to take that industry from its infancy in the 1950s to its breakout moment in the 80s. Then he moved to Taiwan, where he seized on a novel idea that completely changed the rules of the game. And he created a company that, to this day, is by far the #1 global leader in the manufacture of advanced computing chips. If you want to talk about groundbreaking, world-changing innovation, we need to talk about Morris Chang. By 1985, Chang had already had a long and distinguished career at the top of the chip-making industry in the United States. He could have easily retired, but he was invited by the government of Taiwan to be the head of the Industrial Technology Research Institute, and he accepted the challenge. 2 years later, when he was 56 years old, Chang founded what some publications now call the most important company in the world, TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, which today absolutely dominates the global market for high-end microchips, the critical components at the heart of the computer age and now the AI revolution. You know, every smartphone, every computer, every computing cloud, and every AI model runs on chips. Same thing goes for home electronics, urban infrastructure systems, cars or satellites, and many other things. Chips are everywhere. These are incredibly sophisticated pieces of hardware with millions of components inside them. So tech giants like Apple, Nvidia, Qualcomm or Tesla, for example, design their own chips. And they're very good at it, but they don't make them. Those super advanced chips are actually made by TSMC, the company created by Morris Chang here in Taiwan. Now, let's back up a little. Morris Chang, whose Chinese name is Chang Chong-mo, was born in 1931 in Ningpo, China, at a time when that country was battling the Japanese invasion and later its own civil war. So his family moved a lot between different cities, like Hong Kong, where he attended primary school, and others like Shanghai and Chongqing. At age 18, he moved to the United States. There, he got a bachelor's and a master's degree in mechanical engineering at MIT, and later a PhD in electrical engineering at Stanford. In 1958, he began what would be a 25-year career at Texas Instruments, which at the time was a leading tech company. He rose through the ranks until he became the group vice president in charge of all the semiconductor business of the company. All of this meant that he had a front row seat during the first key decades of the chip manufacturing industry, and he played a pivotal role in developing some of its most critical technologies. It also meant that he had a premier vantage point to understand the economics of that very particular business. In 1985, Chang received the invitation that would change his life, and in time, the whole industry.
The offer was to be the president of the Industrial Technology Research Institute, ITRI, in Taiwan. The premier told me that he particularly wanted to use my ability to transfer technology from just research results to economic benefits for Taiwan industry.
It was a risky move. At the time, Taiwan had no particular strength in integrated circuit design, in intellectual property, or in sales and marketing. It had, however, some experience in electronics manufacturing, which could be a potential strength for what lay ahead. Those conditions inspired what would be Chang's revolutionary new model. What if Taiwan built a company that concentrated solely on manufacturing chips that other companies designed and needed for their own products? So in 1987, Chang founded the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, the first pure-play foundry, a factory that manufactures chips for others and never competes with its customers. It was the beginning of a completely new ecosystem. This new model put Taiwan at the epicenter of advanced chip making, and TSMC at the heart of global supply chains. The Taiwanese company became a relentless innovator, pioneering the most sophisticated techniques in semiconductor manufacturing. So in the last 4 decades, the size of chips has gone down from 1000 nanometers to just 3. In fact, TSMC will start producing 2-nanometer chips by the end of 2025.
We're fabbing at TSMC because it's the world's best. And it's the world's best not by a small margin. It's the world's best by an incredible margin.
Morris Chang is credited for instilling the company culture that made that incredible margin possible. A single-minded focus on technical proficiency, work ethic, on-time delivery, and constant, never-ending improvement that has allowed TSMC to always stay ahead of its competition. And look, it's important to understand that the story of Taiwan as a semiconductor powerhouse does not begin and end with one man and one company. But Morris Chang and TSMC certainly paved the way. Chang retired as the CEO of TSMC in 2018. He has represented Taiwan at various APEC summits and received several awards for his role in the science and the business of manufacturing chips. A building at MIT was renamed in his honor in 2016. His 2-volume autobiography was published by the Taiwanese group Commonwealth Publishing. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. See you on the next one.